everyone doing? This is Mike Gilcreast on the Mike Gilcreast Show. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone had a pleasant weekend. And I know I wasn't here since last Sunday, last Friday. Maybe it was Sunday. Yes, last Sunday. And so I'm just back yesterday from DR, Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, and so I had a little mini vacation. It was one day short because we missed our plane. Excuse me, we missed our plane going there, but it all worked out really well. We was there a day short, but things was above and beyond whatever I can imagine. If you've been to my Facebook page, you've probably seen the pictures. I was with some of the pageants contestants, and so I was with Miss Peru and Miss Carousel, and so I just missed the opportunity because I was rushing out of there. I could have did photos with Miss South America, and so I met them, and lovely people. Miss Peru is Fatima, and Miss Carousel is Brittany. And so hopefully we could get Brittany on our show as well. These women are gorgeous. They're just beautiful. Oh my God. And I'm hanging out with models of being, contestants on pageants, beauty pageants and stuff like that. And I'm like, wow, women from all over. I missed several opportunities, to be with them. But they wanted to take pictures with me. Yours truly, because I'm the author of Unworthy, Chosen, Forgiven. And I have a movie coming out. And, potentially people like, how can I get in your film? And so that's a big deal, believe it or not. And so I'm shaking and rolling with different people and trying to, get things to happen. You see me sweating. I normally have on a sleep jacket, but I'm trying to cool off because, we've been gone. So we trying to get some housework done and this, that, and the other, because we're here for 2 weeks and then we're in the Philippines on a mission trip. So you're going to miss me a couple of days there, but, we only go on a week. So we'll be back and, moving. So stay tuned. There's plenty of shows to watch to keep up on what we're doing. But I was hanging out with the beauty pageants, and the most special time, because I don't know, me and my wife, if you didn't know this, me and my wife have been married 31 years as of July 2nd. And so we did a pre-anniversary trip. We took a cruise. Then we did an anniversary, and so we had our anniversary simultaneously going to a wedding for our godson. So we spent that up in Tennessee, and we was up at Ruby Falls and so forth, so on. I had dinner, Tai Chi massage, and then I did a post, and then there's many vacations, but we kind of tied into us because it's our time, and so we just got back from flying into a resort at Royalton in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. So had a great time. We had the restaurant all to ourselves, and it was a dinner catered by the chef, free of charge. It's nice to be popular. It's nice to be an author. It's nice to, we had the whole place. Our own servant, we had our own chef, and every course of that we had like 6, 7 different courses, and every course that the chef gave us, he explained is the lamb chops with mashed potatoes, and they all fluent in their language, and I'm like, wow. And then we have the Dominican dessert. Oh my God, it's off the chain like nothing I've never had before. And the food, I even ate some octopus and calamari, and I normally don't eat that, but doing that, I ate it because it was so delicious. I mean, really, really, I blessed the food and press on, but we're back now. We had a great time. I'm hanging out with model contestants for the pageants, and so you'll see my pictures out there. If you go look, you'll see me and my wife out there and taking pictures and stuff. I had a great time. I took pictures with some of the staff there. People are interested in my book, and soon I'll tell them, I say soon in 60 days it'll be in Spanish. So look for my book to be in Spanish. We were transitioning publishers, and I'll be on another 100 platforms. You're going to see a whole lot more of me, even on social media, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, even to the TV and so look for it. I mean, I can't explain it all, for real. is that much happened, but I missed you guys, and I was hoping and wishing I could do podcasts, but I need a break and recharge and rejuvenate and get my strength back. And believe me, even when I'm gone, I'm talking to people, I'm talking to folks, and about my podcast. We have new people following us too. New people look at us and on our podcasts as well, and from the YouTube side. So we have people following us because they're interested in my topic. People, believe it or not, before I get into it, I gave a shout out to Brittany and Fatima, them two model contestants. You'll see them on my social media. I don't even know if I could show the pictures, but if I'll try to, if I get a chance, I'll try to put the picture up there, and we can see what we could do. No promises, all right? No promises. I would just try, all right? See if we could, work out. I'm trying to get it up here, but we are having a fantastic time. I'm just excited of everything that's happening. I cannot keep up with it all. Believe me, I cannot. I mean, it's so much happening here and there and like everywhere. And and I'm just, keep enjoying it, day by day. Hopefully you guys had a great Sunday service at church and stuff. And that's how I kind of start my days off because, I'm at church all the time, as a pastor and stuff like that. So I was trying to see if I can pull up a couple pictures and I'll try to pull up one good one so you can see me with some of these contestants. And so let's try to do this. So just so you can see. Oh yeah, I got it. My wife's in some of these, but since I'm here, she's not. I'll show you me. I know you want to see her as well, but just be patient. Just quick second here. Let's see if we could get in this right quick. Oh my God, trying to do this. Oh, but if you go to my social media page, you'll be able to see it as well. Here we go. Y'all see it? That's me. Ah, yes, that's me. Ditto. I'm having so much fun, really, and can't believe the stuff that I'm able to do. I could have got a little quick drum roll out of that, but I'm like, there you go. So Miss Peru is Fatima, and Miss Curacao is Brittany, Miss Brittany. And so look at these beautiful young ladies I'm standing by. Have another picture with my wife, but you see me, oh my God, I'm just so excited. I'm like, wow, they wanted to take pictures with me. Do you see they're holding my bookmark, right? Or at least one of them. And I'm like, wow, I could not believe it. We did not know they was going to be there. And people, they want to take pictures with me. I'm like, I say that because I'm like, this stuff I'm having so much fun. And people say, oh, I'm not used to seeing you without a suit jacket and stuff. Every now and then, I'll change up. I'm on vacation. I don't know if we just got in. I think we just got in when we saw them Tuesday. And so I had a ball. Take a picture if you want, and spread the word. But yes, and they're models. At some point they want to be in my movie because I hope to do another movie. Just don't tell nobody, right? And so you never know, right? And so I'm not even looking at that because I gotta get the first movie done first and go from there. But yes, we are doing it and having fun and. There's the picture and stuff. And let me see if I can find one. Cause my wife like, you ain't put me up. So let me see if I can find one of her, and right quick and go. Cause I'm like, we are having so much fun. I'm telling you, it's like they say, the half have not been told. And let me see here. Give me a quick second and see what we can do here right quick. All right, my wife she got in the first shot. Let's see how we could put this up here right quick. Give me quick seconds. All right, this the one is with my wife, and we just getting in from the plane, just so you know, and so that's us with Miss Fatima. She is such a doll, baby. Fatima, she's like, she was so sweet. She was about to eat, and she stopped everything. Just to take a picture with me. So I'm putting it out there. I'm excited. I'm serious. I used to watch these gals on these young ladies on TV, and all the Miss Universe, Miss America, and Miss whatever. I was watching all. I never thought I'd be standing next to one of them. I'm like, wow, me. I'm standing next to one or two, and could have been more if I was there longer. They had the actual contest yesterday, and we had to fly it yesterday, so we missed it. And we got invited to it as well, and so we could have been there as well, but we did not go because we had to catch a flight to get back, so I could be at church on Sunday and preach the gospel and so forth, so on. So there you have it. You have, excuse me. And so now you see, I shared it with you all. We are having such great time. Spread the word. I mean, we're doing some things, and it's only going to get crazier. It's only going to get more involved, and it's only going to be more and more and more. I mean, it's a lot of great things. I got some authors I'm hoping to interview in the near future. It just, I'm trying to read through books and just get things happening, moving and stuff like that, because I want to know the whole story. Like when I bring the authors on, I want to know the whole story, but I have to read books and writing books and doing movies and traveling. And in 2 weeks, we're in a podcast, not podcast, we're in the Philippines doing a mission trip. So keep up my schedule, follow the calendar, and when I'm not here, I'm not here. So normally for book signings, yes, we will be here, and when I do book signings, I'm able to get on. But when I do vacation, or if I'm doing a convention, something like that, like for the church, or I'm doing what do you call it, mission trips, I won't be online. Other than that, I'm there, even if I'm remote. So I try to not miss many of these, and so because I want to be here, and I know you want to be here. And people tell me, they look at my podcast, and you'd be surprised the people that they might not say nothing, but they're there watching. And the reason I push all this, because people ask me to do a podcast, people ask me to write books, people ask me to write another book, people ask me to do pretty much everything that I'm doing, and I'm glad that I have an audience that care about what I'm doing, and I'm glad to be effective in you all's life, because you're effective to me as well. So what a blessing. Drinking some coconut water. I got a little lemon water left. I mean, I was killing that because we're trying to get tours done. After this, we're going to the grocery store. So after I'm off the podcast, we have to do the grocery store, and I still have to eat. And so that's how busy my schedule is. We're going from church to doom, and getting errands done, get things done, because I'm not here much, and I have appointments and meet with film directors and da-da-da-da. So doing a whole lot. I mean, I got to find the time for another vacation. So mark your calendars, all right? Because I'm going to try to squeeze one in, hopefully around Thanksgiving. So we'll see what happens, all right? All right, so hope you guys are blessed, and let's get right into it. So I share some of my experiences with you all, and me and my wife, and just sharing it with you, because you're special. I'm special. I want to be more special, and continue this on. I hope the words are getting to you. I'm meeting so many people for my last book signing in Fort Walton Beach. I did, and sold out of pretty much all my books except like 6 hardbacks, and so all my paperbacks are gone. And so I think, and just on just in case we have to do mail stuff, and I still have like I think 2 left here, but I have to keep those, and so I don't. Can't give them out or sell those. And so, and I have a few hardbacks, and that's pretty much it. I'm about to make my next order, but we have some stuff we're doing impressions to the new publishers that we'll be with, and they're spying. So we'll be with them soon. All right. So with that being said, let's move forward. All right. I've been talking to people here and there, from my last book signing in Fort Walton Beach, as I was saying, and even on vacation where I was in Dominican Republic, I ran into so many people that's having relationship issues and don't know how to go about fixing the situation that they're in, and so that's kind of ironic, and it's sad at the same time, because people want to know is how important is sex before marriage. And believe it or not, I only plan to do 2 shows, for real. The first and second show, I think this is show 17, and we're talking about, is sex important for marriage? I'm talking to so many people about it, and the discussions are far beyond what I can explain. Folks want to know. They want to know my thoughts, because when you're in that situation, you're not thinking about if I should, if I shouldn't. And it's more like, uh-oh, You know what I mean? I don't have that sound, and if I did, I'd play it, but I don't have sound. Uh-oh. Because when you about to have sex, you know, um, you don't, let me call my best friend. What should I do? We doing ABCFG. You can, and I know people go to church, but you're like, oh God, it's time to pray. You got to know before you get in that situation what you're going to do. Does that make sense? You have to know before you encounter to any type of having a physical encounter with another person, a man to woman, woman to man. All right, you got to know. And speaking of that, so many people have sex. It's crazy. Man to woman, woman to man, boy to girl. I mean, it's all old people. Old people have sex too, right? And then I was in Dominican. They had a couple weddings there as well. That's a humongous place. The Royalton is big, but they lack organization, and so hospitality, I would give it a -1. But the food was pretty okay. The Japanese food was awesome. They did this little show, but it needed a little more selections there. The best dinner we had was a Mexican restaurant that we went there, and then the private dinner. The private dinner was it was a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But it was a humongous place. And so they did a couple weddings there, big poolside. Then the beach wasn't so, it was kind of like scroggy, so the pool was the best place. Then they had a bunch of overheads that you could be under. They ran out of towels. How can you have pools and they ran out of towels? But anyway, they ran out of towels, but we had a fantastic time. There was a private side, so we was able to get that because we stayed on the private side, the adult side, and we had our own amenities, so we were able to get towels in spite of them running out of towels. But anyway, we did it. People, I was telling you, they had a couple gay weddings there, woman to woman getting married, and so I'm like, wow. And we talk about sex before marriage, but even on that side, with two women coming together, two men coming together. And the topic exists no matter what category you're in, whether you're homosexual or heterosexual. The problem, do you have sex before you get married? We don't, certain religions, as myself, we don't do marriages on that side, the homosexual side, but we know it exists. So we talk about it, right? And so I'm not knocking, do what you want. I'm not here to bash nobody. You want to be homosexual, gay, whatever, lesbian, gay, bi, trans, whatever, LGBTQ, XYZ, I do it. Because you don't do it anyway. You don't need my permission. And if you want to be heterosexual, do it. And still, you don't need my permission. But I'm saying they had a couple weddings there, and I'm like, we seen some every day. And so some things still surprise me today, but life goes on. But the question is still at hand. Do people have sex? Is it important before you have marriage? And I think it is. And I think it's a question in everybody's mind, but I'm saying don't wait till you get to that point and then say, I think it's too late. Oh, I don't know what to do. I'll tell you, people are having that thought at the very point of doing it, encountering that sexual act. They're having that thought and they don't know what to do. How you know? How do I know that? Well, because they ask me questions. Women ask me questions. Should they have sex with their significant other? And they're not married. When you're not married, the answer is absolutely no. All right? Absolutely no. Double N, double O. No, capital N, capital O. No, do not have sex before you get married. And that question, I'm telling you, no joke. That question keeps coming up. For real. People keep asking me that question. Should they have sex before they get married? Still ask me that question. I encountered that conversation. I did not know that conversation was so hot. For real. I didn't know. I didn't know people were curious about what they should know they shouldn't do until they get married. What's wrong with waiting to the end? Why we want to try it before we buy it? And they're like, we don't want it. But guess what? You're going to do that for every person you encounter. You're not going to be sure. You don't have sex, and then that's not the one. You don't have sex again, that's not the one. You don't have sex again, that's not the one. But what if something happened between this person and the next person? You have sex with the last person, and now something happened. It changes your whole outcome. It changes your whole future. It changes everything that you're about to do for the rest of your life, because you could have got a disease. You could have got pregnant. Doesn't matter. Things happen. Stuff happens. So what do? What's wrong with taking your time, settling down, take a deep breath before you do anything? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with waiting? I don't understand. People don't want to wait at all. You know, I don't know why folks don't want to wait. Why is it hard to wait? Why? What's wrong with waiting? Why do we think we're going to miss out on something? Because we have sex too early. Sex before marriage does not work. And people like sex with marriage doesn't work. Yes, one has a greater outcome, a positiveness than other. Being married, waiting, has a better outcome than the one that doesn't. The one that doesn't, you have nothing. You're not even attached. You have nothing in common. Absolutely nothing. So what do? What do? You have nothing in common with the other person. What do? And we keep doing the same thing over again. And we think it's going to get better. How do you do something that doesn't work, haven't worked for decades, for over 100 years? Sex before marriage only causes more problems. It does not alleviate bad for good. It doesn't make problems less complicated. It actually convolutes problems, and then it's actually harder to move forward because you're confused between 5 different people that you're trying to deal with. I'm being nice. Some people it's 2, some people 3. So I just said 5 as a number I threw out there. But some people are dealing with like 10 and 20. And I'm telling you, if one dude had over 10 kids, with different baby mamas, and people kept getting pregnant by him. I mean, the outcome is not proficient. It's actually the opposite thereof. It's not proficient at all. You don't have good outcomes when you do things out of order, and yet the expectation of what you do is ironic. You do things out of order, but the expectation is greater than what you're doing. Some people get together, and then they think because we had sex, it's going to lead to something positive. Where? Where does that work out? How does that work out? I don't see it. It's never worked out. Very seldom, probably 5% of the population, it may work out for it. But most people do not have positive outcomes when they do things or have sex prior to getting married. I sound like a broken record. I know, even to myself, my voice, I lost some of that while I was in Jamaica. I'm trying to get my voice back. But I'm sure to come back in time. But anyway, it's never worked out where, I say never, but the chances are slim to none. I see too many people in relationships where folks aren't married. And then somehow never, I don't know how people's brain work, but they think they're going to get married because they had sex. That's why I wish 1,000 people came on, because I'm sold thousands of books, but came on and talk about my book. I'm giving you facts of people that came together, had sex, myself included, and I wasn't married, and I was in these relationships. I did not marry these women that I was with. I did not. I had no intention of getting married. I didn't leave false hope. People knew what they were doing. I didn't con people and say, let's get together, I'll marry you. I didn't do that. But why are we so loose at doing things we shouldn't do, and yet we have a positive outcome of thoughts? I hope this to be my husband. I hope we get married. Well, stop acting like a wife before you get married. I think that's a problem. Seriously, stop acting like a wife before you get married. It doesn't work. Statistically, the chances of a dude marrying you because you had sex with him it's got to be under 15, 20%. So you got a million people. 10% of a million is 100,000. 20% is 200,000. I have a million that have the potential, and I'm being nice. It's actually less than that. I'm being nice. 200,000 out of a million people that may get married from having sex out of wedlock. Do you like those odds? It's greater than 50% a chance that you have less likely that it's actually greater than 80% a chance that you are likely to end up marrying the person you have sex with. Now, does that make sense? Ask yourself, does that make sense? Why in the world do we take less? Y'all think I'm joking. I come on the podcast, I always got something to talk about. Because even when I'm outside of podcast, people want to talk to me about relationship or what they're going through. I had a guy, a white guy, he's about 40, maybe 45, and we're talking and stuff like that. And, he was at one of my signings, but he like, I want to get a book for my friend. He was emotionally involved to get a book for his friend. He bought 2 books, and he was emotionally involved. You don't know what people are going through. And we talk about sex like it's, like we're breathing air. We talk about sex like we're breathing air, like it's no big deal. But it's actually a big deal. It doesn't work. I wish we get the realization in our minds and say, you know what? I'm saving myself until marriage. I'm waiting till marriage. I say that all too often, and the life I live was just opposite of what I'm saying. For real. The life I lived in my past, if you read my book, I was not thinking about waiting. Furthest thing from my mind. But I didn't know it at the same time that I was going to be messing up people's lives. I didn't know that. I did not know I would still be in women's brain well after I'm long gone. I did not know the cause and effect theory of, when 2 people encounter a sexual activity, that people's lives get messed up. Pandora box opened up. People would never be the same. People won't date right. And I tell people, I say, come on the show, ask the question. Come on the show, ask the question. I got people that's getting married. I say, come on my show, ask the question. Come on my show, ask the question. And the thing is, we don't ask questions, but we want to get married and we don't want counseling. Like I run into those. Is sex before marriage important? If you don't take counseling, I don't want to be rude. I really don't. And so let's just say it's not smart. I'm not going to be rude. I'm not. To say it another way, it's like it's not wise. Excuse me. Y'all excuse my coughing because I told you I caught a little cold when I was in the DR, and now I'm recovering. Actually, I'm recovering greatly from where I was. But anyway, it's people are stuck. People are having sex at all ages. You got divorcees, women that's been divorced. That they don't want to be lonely. They got kids, and they don't want to. Now get this one. Get this one. They've been divorced. like they don't want to be lonely, and then they shack up. Huh? Like they live with someone, or they make themselves available to someone. I laugh because, I call those side pieces. And women don't understand the games guys play, and they think they're doing something. Even I think married women. I'm just me speaking. Me, this Mike Gilcreast, not statistically speaking, right? Is not a statistic. All right. I do not think it's smart for married women to once they're divorced to get out there and go be a cougar and find somebody younger or get somebody older and go this way and that, because it's only going to confuse you. I tell guys 16, you having sex and you're not married, don't have no sex. It's only going to confuse you. And now if you confuse at 16 as a young man, imagine what a ex-wife is doing when she's trying to date again and not sure what she's going to do. Oh, I hear the guy and he was cute and I just had to. And now you done had an emotionally connection to him because you done had sex and you're bonded to him and he's not feeling you. You know, I'm telling you like it is. And you think, oh my God, is this the one? No. The guy that respects you is the one. The ones that's quick to get in your pants, they not the one. You know, it could turn around, probably 5% of those. You know, it's a small number that's going to actually say, you know what? 50,000 people out of a million, maybe. And that's a small sample, right? You know, that maybe, it's a maybe. If you split that between, if you got 50,000 people, you say half of those are gay. So now you got 25,000. And then you got, 10,000 of them overweight. And you're like, I don't like heavy guys. And so then you got 15,000. Then you look at that and other 15,000, maybe, 15,000, maybe 5,000 is making more than six figures, right? And so now, look how you went from 50,000 to 5,000. That may make the salary requirements of what you're looking for, and then you divide that by number of guys that don't want to marry you because they don't want women with kids, and so now you up to 2,500. Now you started with 200,000 or 100,000. And now you're down to 2,500. You see, you understand how it works? What you're looking for is hard to find. So you have to lower your standards to get to what you might want to be, and then you're not going to be happy. So you're stuck. That's why you save the goodies, save your body, save yourself, your private parts, right? Don't give it up so easy. Because when you figure out what you want, I'm telling you, I was over 30. Over 30, and I had girls galore, for real. I had a lot of women. And the thing is, I did not know what I wanted. I did not know what type of woman, because I was dating black, white, Spanish, Asian. It didn't matter, right? They were women. And so I didn't care. And so I did not knew what I wanted until you read my book. There's one woman in the book, and she made me realize what type of woman I was looking for. Because I didn't know. I didn't have a style. I just love women. And so when you look at it from that standpoint, okay, now if I was confused and I was a ladies' man, that's what I called myself, right? And thing is, I was living that life, so I had a right to say that, But if I was confused, imagine somebody's divorced and you're trying to be in the dating market again, and the thing is, I think divorcee women, this is Mike Gilcreast, right? Because I want y'all to make some noise, right? I want somebody to say something in the comments. Because I think divorcee women give it up even quicker than single women. Wow. Yeah, I know I was going to say that, did you? The thing is, I truly believe that. Because I think they're desperate to be wanted again because they miss that love and attraction. I took a 2-year counseling course, and so we took these classes and learning these different sociologists and da. So I'm not just talking, all right? These women, they don't want to be lonely. No, who wants to be lonely? But now look at it. They not only lonely because they lost their significant other, either by death or they left for infidelity, whatever the reason, right? And then at the same time, they're getting older and they're like, no, I don't want to. And then they see the gray hair start coming in and they give it up a lot faster because they want to try to make something happen. Wrong. That wrong. Nobody listens, and I'm giving it to you. I'm giving you man game. I'm giving you how to be a better woman game at it. And people, they look at my show after the fact. Sometimes they're watching it and not saying nothing and whatever, right? But I'm hitting all horses. When I bring it because I'm telling you, I think once you get married, you give it up a whole lot faster because you don't want to be by yourself, for real. It don't matter what people are talking about. It don't matter how they talking about, what they done or what they think they're doing, what they think they want to do. Women don't get to call the shots if they want to be married. If they want a simp man, a simple guy, like a guy that's not about nothing, someone with a beat personality, you could boss him around, tell him what to do. If you want that, yeah, you could go get the dude and call your shots like some of the big time celebrities out there that's getting older, think they're young, think they're beautiful, and they ain't got it. I look at some of them, they're celebrities, they're movie stars, they're famous. I wouldn't turn two eyes at them, for real. They're not attracted to me. I look at a lot of them women in Hollywood, not to say everybody, I'm not going to talk about everybody, no. But a lot of those women in Hollywood, they're hoes. They just hoes, and I'm just being real. I'm not interested. I love a woman that respects herself, respects her body, and anybody can sleep with anybody they want. Yes, it's your body, right? But why build up body counts and you can't maintain a future for yourself? And then you get older. How do I know this? You get older and then you're like, I don't want to be by myself no more. You get older and you're like, oh, I'm stuck in life. I mean, you go through these crises and stuff like that because you're getting older and you didn't have a kid, you didn't get married, and you have these crises. I deal with people like this. They call me. I'm 55 and I'm tired of being single. People are hurting. They're hurting. But giving it up ain't the answer. Preserve yourself. You add more value to yourself when it's harder to get you. Doesn't matter if you're married or single, but it looks better on you that you don't look desperate. If you look like an easy trick, each guy that get what you going to think you easy, and then it adds no value to you. It only takes value away from you. So you got to be like, I've been married and I'm keeping myself to my next husband, go from there. Now if you Kevin Samuels, you've been married, you give it up, and you got kids, girl, you better give it away. But it doesn't work. You'll still be lonely at the end. If you'll be lonely because you want to be, not because you're in a situation nobody want to be with you. You don't know people don't want to be with you because you don't put yourself out there in a way where you present yourself that you somebody. Everybody present themselves cheap. They wear the tight clothes. I mean, even at the even when I was in the Dominican Republic, I seen some stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe she squeezed into that, into that. I have to laugh. Don't laugh with me. Some people, you cannot be a certain size. I say it like that. I say it nice. And fit into a bikini that's the size of a toothpick. No, it's not going to work. Really, it's just, I guarantee it's not. Why don't people dress the age? When I was young, man, growing up, we said things like, act your age, not your color, or dress your age. And the thing is, it's important to dress your age. All right, it's really important. You gotta dress your age. Give me, let me see this. All right, I'm back. All right, so you got to address your age. It's really important, to present yourself at the age that you are, and not somebody younger than your current self. All right, so that's important. I don't know why people think that they're in their mind, they're a lot younger than what they are. And you can't be a certain size. I'm saying it nice, right? And fitting into a thong, a bikini that's like the size of a toothpick or a rubber band. No, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work. Even if you feel good about it, it doesn't work. And you're not presenting yourself as somebody that's looking to be in something serious. You present yourself as somebody cheap and it's easy to get. How you act, how you dress, that sends messages to a guy, And so if you don't respect yourself, neither would a guy. If you don't act like you respect yourself, neither would a guy. I'm telling you, guys don't do that. Guys be like, oh yeah, what's up, girl? You wearing that suit? And he's only trying to get next to you, and that's it. That's it. And after he hit it, he ghosts you, and you're like, oh my God, I thought I had somebody. No, it doesn't. Guys don't want a cheap girl. You got to be hard to get. I don't care how many babies you got. I don't care how many times you've been married. You have to be hard to get. If you don't present that, yes, it's going to be the slim pickings. Or if you're looking for something secure, there's few and far between. Out of 100,000, you might have a market. I'm being nice, maybe 2,500. But that's across the country. That's not in one place. All right? So you got, if you're out there, it's hard to find, hard to do. And so I don't boast people up to make them think that they can do more than the reality of their situation. I don't do that, But some folks, you can't do what you want to do. You can't jump out there and put yourself in a situation, and it's not going to work for you. You can't do that. You have to respect yourself to a point where you want other people to respect you. You have to dress that way because you want other people to respect you. I respect myself. You know what? And it's different for guys. People don't look at guys the way they look at women as far as keeping yourself up the market. You should. It should be equal, but it's not. All right? And so I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. I'm saying it should be equal, but it's not. But even for the past I have, when I'm in public, I present myself like I'm in public. I do not present myself like my pants hanging off my butt and earrings all over and tattoos all over my. No, I'm a classy dude. And so when I show up, you better know. I mean, the air is coming out of the room. I'm going to draw that attention, but that's how I carry myself, And so when you carry yourself in a certain way, I'm older, but I tell people, I used to have this with some other people. I say, I pay the cost to be the boss. I didn't work as hard as I work to take anything out there in the market. I didn't go through the marriage I've been through. I didn't go through the relationships I've been through just to end up with any type of woman, no. I learned from every relationship. If you're not learning from your relationships and past mistakes, then you're bound to mess up again. You do not get success out of making a whole bunch of stupid mistakes, irrational mistakes, spontaneous mistakes. You do not get to that next level by just being, on a whim, doing what you want. It doesn't work. It will never work. As long as you think, that you can do what you want and everybody's going to be okay with it. That's not going to happen. And then it's my body. It's everybody's body. Put 50 earrings in your body. Then certain guys don't want no earrings in your body. Certain guys don't want tattoos on your body. So you got to find somebody that want the tattoos, want the earrings, want the attitude, want the less money that you make, want the rubber band bikini and your body don't fit it. You got to find it. You got to mark yourself. They don't put sardines, people like, they're nasty. They package them just right. You can't smell nothing. If you eat sardines, you want sardines. I'm saying everything that's out there, they package it the right way. And we present ourselves whatever. But if you go even from a Bible perspective, Romans 12th chapter says, present yourself a living sacrifice, holy acceptable to God. Even God wants you to present yourself a certain way. Come on. Makes no sense. We like, it's my body, I do more. People outside with rollers in their hair, and then they outside and going to the store with pajamas on. You don't know if your Mr. Right around in the corner and he getting ice cream and you getting ice cream, and that's who you gonna run to, and you got rollers in your head and this and that. He will look at you and say, you a joke. You got to dress for success. I'm not looking for nobody. When you got married, you're happy, you're satisfied. I can wear sweatpants. I can wear, what you call them, the lounging pants and house shoes and stuff. Yeah, I can go out like that because I'm not looking for nobody. But I have an image, so I have to be careful about that, right? To a point. But I'm saying when I'm not looking, you can not really have all that to look for. But when you're single, you're looking, you make yourself available, you cannot carry yourself anyway. You have to dress for success. Like every time you go out, it's that possible chance. But don't psych yourself out. Just present yourself in a way where if somebody notice you, would they notice you? But I'll tell you, if you ask me the question, would a woman that's in her pajamas and PJs catch my attention? Not as a real woman. She would catch my attention of somebody if I'm not in the life. Now, you can't look at my life now. I'm a pastor, I'm married, That's not the, when I refer to me, I'm not talking about that. All right, when I refer to me like that, if I was out there in that market looking, it at best, you're a side piece, for real. Because I love women that take care of themselves, but so does most men. Most men want that sophisticated, complicated woman that's going to represent him well and know how to speak to her, speak about how he wants her to carry herself, this, that, and other. It's a lot of people get in a relationship and they don't know what to do. A woman do not know how to act when she just meet a guy. The guy have to educate her on what he expects from her. You know what I mean? And it should work vice versa. She should be able to tell him, I want this, that, and other, but let the question be asked, but learn first. Don't do tick for tack. If he say, I don't want you wearing shorts, I don't want you wearing shorts. I don't want you wearing, don't do that. That's bad communication. Find out where he is and this, that, and other. And then if you don't like what you have on, you got to be gentle with guys. A lot of women, y'all don't know how to talk to guys. Y'all do not know how to talk to guys. Y'all, well, for the black people, they Negro. I don't want my woman to refer to me, whether she was black, white, Spanish, whatever, as Negro. I'm serious. I am not your Negro. All right? And so I come with that type energy. I'm going to give you respect, but I won't respect. One thing, even my wife and I, we do not call each other no type of name because I won't respect her if I call her name. And so I want the whole environment because sexuality is beyond just sex. When you look at sex, it's just sex. It's beyond that. It's everything you do. It's every action. It's every reaction. It's the eye look, this, that, another, the intimacy. Y'all don't get it. Yeah, real people don't know what sex is and know how to be intimate and make it all work. And that's why people have dead relationships. They don't know how to go forward. I lost that. They play that song on Tom Cruise, Top Gun. You lost that love and I lost my voice. I can't hit it. You lost that love and feeling and it's gone, gone, gone. Ooh, boo-doo. All right, and so I can do the song. I can't do it now. My voice is a little hard. Tell you, I don't want to start coughing anyway. But people lose it, and then they're trying to get it back. And it's beyond that. You got to have everything together. I'm giving y'all stuff. Wait till y'all see the book. Oh my God, I'm giving y'all stuff that y'all need to help you. Because the thing is, if you keep dressing the way you dress, acting the way you act, have the attitude you have, you're going to stay single. For real. You got to change things. Like I was with this young lady, Miss Peru. I should put the picture up there, right? And oh my God, this woman, and I'll put her back up. Me and my wife, Miss Peru, all right? I'll put her back, all right? Give me 2 seconds. I'll show you something. And it all plays to what I'm talking about, right? Excuse me. All right, there it is. You see her? When I talked to her, I was talking to her first. She was like, yes, no. Oh, sure. That's how she talked to me. Yes, no, sure. No problem. Okay. She was nice about everything. Look at her. She looks like a doll baby. She was open because she talking to me. She don't. I could be like, girl, I want you in my next movie. For real. It changed her life just like that. Her presentation to me was all this innocence. I'm telling you. Even though she could be a tyrant, she could be a ghetto fabulous, she could be, all out the pocket. But what she presented to me, you know, that's the energy you want to bring, because you never know when you meet that opportunity for it to be your husband, for it to be a next job offer, for it to be anything, or even a potential boyfriend that you may marry. But she gave me all this positive energy, and I thought, Fatima, I remember her name, and I'm not good with remembering names. I remembered her name, seriously. All her energy, because she didn't know what I can do for her. She understood I was doing a movie. She understood I got a book out there. She understood I was writing another book. And she was in tune to everything I had to say. For real. The other lady that I had out there, same thing. Same exact thing. Guys don't want all that hard energy and stuff. And you're like, oh my God, I can't even ask you to make a sandwich, and so I can't even ask you to, if we could go to the store, it's like, blah, 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 blah. You think a Rottweiler jumped up in the room and attacked the dude. Women, you gotta use that feminine energy. And even though this girl's sexy, she dressed provocative and, half her body showing, it's like it's all part of the package. That's what you get, what you see, what you get. But the thing is, she wasn't giving me vibes like I don't get what you da 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 da. It wasn't that. She gave me soft kind energy. Now, I'll tell you this: if I was a single man and da 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 and whatever, yeah, I would approach her, no problem. No, I don't care where you're from. I'll approach her. But when you get good energy, then that can build a good conversation, and then you take and go from there. When you get bad, what you looking at? You don't have to be negative. Or you roll your eyes. Or the thing I used to get when I go into the clubs, you see it on a book. You see it in my book when you read. I was at the clubs, and they go, you don't talk to me. I knew I was bringing it. Girls do that. I call them girls. I won't call them ladies. When they with their girls, they do that to make them think that they all this and all that, and they the lonely one at the table. They the one that can't get nobody. They go, they want to make all that commotion stuff. I deal with stuff like that. I only like to smack them in the face, not literally. I like to show them people that, and that's what I did. I showed them what I was about, and I'm like, and then to only get with them to dog them. Because once you do a good thing to me, I'll take you to the ball game. We don't take a trip. We don't do this. We don't do that. But my goal is to dog you. Seriously. And y'all might say, that's petty. That's this, that. I didn't care. That's who I was. Because you hood me. And now you don't want me to leave you alone. Now you ringing my phone. But don't be all that. Don't be fake. All right? Be real. When I met this young lady, she didn't know me. I met her for the first time this past week, right? Met her for the first time. Her and the other lady, and I talked to somebody. I ain't take pictures with everybody. I talked to other people that was, doing this competition. And I wasn't taking pictures with everybody because, I want to enjoy my time too, but the thing is, I did want to get Miss South America. I didn't even see Miss USA, but anyway, or Miss America or whatever. But I saw Miss Columbia, and she was going. I saw Miss Team Columbia, and I don't know if I got pictures with them or not. But anyway, but I want to do Columbia because my grandson, his mom's from Columbia. But anyway, that was special for that. But her energy, she presented herself for the first time I met her as the role you're supposed to play as a woman. You get to learn the guy. Leave your sense out. Let the guy explain to you, what he's about. But just be nice. And this woman was nice and gentle to me. Seriously, she was nice and gentle. She was nothing kind because she didn't know if I had the opportunity to offer her. You see what I'm saying? All she knew was I was somebody. They wanted to take pictures with me. You see what I'm saying? because you don't know. You never when you meet people, you have to be gentle because you don't know what they can offer you. You know, I could offer a person a job right now. Here, I got a job for you. You know, you never know what opportunity, you pass up, when you meet people. And so you make every account, even if it's for a relationship, as that's what we're talking about. But I'm saying for anything, make yourself available. Oh my God, listen to me talk. Oh my God, I love this. I'm not done with this. I still have more to say, because we covered a lot of traction. I'm telling you, the stuff I'm talking about, I'm sure it's touching your life in some way, shape, or form. I'm helping you with approaches and stuff like that, how to carry yourself, and I hope you guys are getting it. For real, I'm about to answer some questions, and we're done with this. And you see, I'm not just talking about it; I'm actually about it. But anyway, let's see what we got. We got a couple questions there, all right, and so go for that. But stop thinking you all that. I gotta say that, and I'll probably pick up saying that. I hate it when women think they all this and all that. I just think when you think you all this and all that, you fall harder. You fall harder. Seriously, you fall harder. And don't think you all this and all that. Even for as much as I used to do, and I say I'm a lazy man. Who cares, right? I never thought I was all that, but I knew I could carry my own. But I always thought somebody was better than me. I'm excited to take a picture with these young ladies that's in the contest, right? But they were excited to take pictures with me, but I was excited to take pictures with them because I didn't think I was all that, and I didn't think I was too good. And I've given some women a hard time because I had some women say, I want to be in your movie. And yes, they're beautiful. Seriously, they're beautiful. I'm not just saying beautiful just to say. And the thing is, they wanted me to hold their hand. I wasn't holding nobody's hand. At least meet me halfway. If you ask me to be in my movie, and I told you I'll put y'all stuff out there. Once we start casting, have your stuff together. Because I'm going to ask for your IMDb number. I'm going to ask for that number. All right, and like when you're an actress, you have this number. You're an actor, you have that number. If you on the next level up, and then you have your SAG license, SAG, and so you need to have your credentials in order and go from there. Because I don't hold hands. I don't have time for that. And walk you through the process and da da da. If you know how to model and stuff like that, if you know how to act and stuff like that, then you have to have your ducks lined up. When they need something from me, I have to be like, here it is, boom, boom, boom. And do I give people advice? Yeah, I gave the person a roadmap. I say, get the book, read the book, the information in the book. Contact and let me know. And they're like, what do you want me to do? I'm not gonna buy the book for you. I mean, I'm giving you the roadmap. It's better to know the script, because you never know if you get the role, right? And so it's a great read on top of that. So it's a win-win. But for some people, oh my God, I just wish people are more, prepared. Because the thing is, I don't want people to think I'm giving them favoritism and this, that, and the other, because some of these girls are attractive, and I got to be careful myself as a man, and not to put myself out there. And I don't want no favoritism, and then they think I like them and this and that, and then it's like, oh my God, and so and I don't want to think I got the role because he liked me. No, I can't do that. You got to bring it. I'm not doing that. And so if I was a single man, my role would probably be a little different. My words right now be different. But I'm not single, and I'm not going to diss my wife for another woman. Trust that. So I'm not going to do that. All right. And so what's first question? What we got? I'll just tell you how. Have your credentials ready if you want to cast in my show. All right. In relationship, what's the difference between dating and courting? Dating is something that people do long term. All right. We're dating where they get to know each other, and then it could turn into a marriage and whatever. But if you're courting is a term we used back in the day. We're courting, but we were looking to that seems, and it lines up with a lot of different religions as to we're going to get married, and so that's when you're courting, and so it's like the next level up from dating. Dating is the introduce stage where we think. We hope something can get going, but that should turn into courting. don't date if you're not planning to get married because you waste your time. You're just gonna be a booty call, and so I'm just being real, all right? Because that's what it's gonna turn out. And the thing is, and people date. They say some people been so lonely. They, oh God, I got a boyfriend. That's my boyfriend. I got a man. But he ain't paying no bills. You paying all the bills. Cause I was living with one woman. She's paying the bill. I'm telling you. So I'm not just joking. She's paying the bill. She's a young lady, right? And she's younger than I was. And I was driving her car, and I was picking her up late because I was with some other woman. And I'll tell you. I teach women, don't do that. Don't let the guy live with you. Don't let him drive your car. Don't let him. I mean, you got to really trust somebody because I had other women in her car. You know, I was not doing it right. I was not even close, and she was beautiful. She was nice in the whole 9 yards. It just I wasn't ready. You know, and I didn't want nothing serious. But I got too many rights to be a boyfriend, and so now I'm telling people don't do that. All right, so courting's, I answered that question, you know, more towards getting married. All right, what should be a Christian's view of romance and a relationship? You know what? I took my wife out, you know. Mel, Mel, you there? Come and tell them how romantic I am. you know, I don't think there's a limit. You know, we don't drink anything. Some Christians drink. We don't drink. We don't smoke. We don't do that stuff. We don't need that stuff to have fun. We have fun just by being each other. Sometimes I create the perfect date, or she create the perfect date. Like our honeymoon up in Tennessee. I didn't want to be in Tennessee, but I wanted to go to the my godson's wedding. And so my wife, she made a romantic thing. I mean, we went to Ruby Falls. Ruby Falls is a love story. If you look at Ruby Falls in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and there's a story to that. And so since it had a romance stories to it, my wife set that up, but then she did a Tai Chi massage, and then we went out to dinner to Malone's, and my man, LeBron James, you know, he was up on the wall, and I told him, I said, I want to be on the wall too. I want to be on that wall. But anyway, but she surprised me. The stuff she was doing, she had it all together. But we do spontaneous stuff, like we just had the private dinner with the chef and stuff. I'm like, we never did nothing, but that makes the relationship get stronger and stronger and stronger. We do things that we take trips, and we keep taking trips to keep the romance going, to say, I have not forgotten about you. I still got you, da, da, da. And she's encouraged me to keep doing this. I mean, we got it. We doing it. And I'm not looking, to be in other relationships as other people do, right? And so should a Christian be, what should a Christian, I tell you, date. I mean, put it all out there. In a marriage, not relationship. Like I was romantic to her while we're dating, but I knew I wanted her to be my wife. So that's the difference. And if you talk to any girl in my past, they would tell you I did not romance them. I mean, I went to dinner here and there with a couple, maybe, and went to the movie here and there, maybe, but most of the time I didn't date and take women out. No, I only saved that occasion for when I was serious about somebody, for real. And so if I have to take you on a date, come on. And now I tell people, that's not smart of you to don't do nothing with this guy. I talked to a lady, she's been married, she got kids and been divorced and stuff, and she dating a dude and they together having sex already. And the thing is, I told her, I said, it's not gonna work for you. I didn't see a future for her. And I know she didn't want to hear those words, but I lived the life. And dudes don't want that. They don't want, they will pass time with you until they figure out what they want to do. And women don't understand that. They're like, I got this. I mean, what investment do a dude have to get with a woman? She got 2 kids, been married and divorced a couple times. Like, that's not no investment. Come on. Next question. What is chivalry in a relationship? Does the Bible instruct men to be chivalrous? No, the Bible doesn't talk about that. The thing is, the Bible says, and you can pull it out of there, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain the favor of the Lord. And so you want to treat the person that you're into, with from the heart. And so from the heart, you do things like when Isaac met Rebecca, and he was in love with her, and he loved her just to look at her, and she was gorgeous and beautiful, and da 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 da. It was there. You do nice things. It's from the heart. The Bible don't. If the Bible spell out every little thing, that Bible's gonna be 10 times the size it is. And so some things is just common sense. You do nice gestures, but you don't have sex because you like somebody. All right, you don't have sex. I can't put that out. I like you, so let's have sex. After sex, what? You done killed the relationship because the guy has nothing to look forward with you. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He don't have anything to look forward with you. This is my wife. See my beautiful wife. See her? She in the background. Tell them I'm romantic. I don't have a mic for you. You got to speak to this one.
Oh,
Tell them I'm the master of romance.
yes. Very much so. I can turn this on.
Yeah, just there.
Okay. Yes. He is so romantic that men are asking him to write a book for them.
All right, y'all hear that?
He was always doing things. Always had something up your sleeve. Taking me to do adventurous things that I never done before. Helicopter ride. When we first started dating, he was trying to get us on a helicopter ride, but that didn't work out. But I did appreciate the effort because he did a lot of first times. We did a lot of first times.
But
together.
we got the helicopter ride while we was on our honeymoon in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So you got to get creative. Like when you're in love, right? Your mind get creative. People lose that when they live together. I'm telling you, guys are not excited. Once it's a routine, they get into their routine. You're not looking to get married. You can't let the guy get in the routine till after he marry you. And the routine includes you. And a lot of women miss that. They miss that. But the thing is, they like, I got sex. Sex gets old. It does, believe it or not. You got to keep it spontaneity. You got to keep the spontaneity of sex in there, and where it's not like a routine job. Like, it's like some guy be like, oh God. Some dude be like, oh man. Some guys, y'all women have no idea how guys complain about being with women. For real. Y'all have no idea. Even women, y'all do it to men. Like, and it's like, you could tell, like the woman I talked to down in the DR, I could tell she's not 100% into dude. Cause my wife's sitting next to me and I'm sitting next to his girl, because they're not married, and then him, and he was talking to somebody else, and she telling me how he works all the time. He da 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 da. She already said it's over because he not paying me no attention. He not that thing they got, and she been married, divorced, whatever. It's not gonna last. It's not gonna. I guarantee you, it's not gonna last. Cause you got to see the sign, and the thing is, she's a go getter. She gonna get a man. But I don't believe he's it. But she gonna get the attention. The thing is, she don't need a high value man. She not gonna do good with a high value man. She need a guy that she could kind of boss around, whatever, because a real man ain't gonna tolerate her. And so you gotta know your match. Not everybody understand their match, and go from there. But yeah. So you got that. What's my next question? Because I'm gonna get. I know I'm over time, and anyway. All right, we asked that one. All right. What is 100% rule in relationship? Hey, God first. The 100% rule in relationship, God first. People think it's love. I love my wife. Love is God. If you don't understand God, love doesn't work. God first. Our number one thing, me and my wife right here, right? You see my hand move? It's God first. I'm telling you, it is not me and her and our love. I was crazy about her, but I didn't know about love. She was crazy about me, but she knew what she wanted. She knew the love. She was in a different mindset. She not normal. I'll tell you, my wife is not normal. All right, she's not normal. To deal with a guy like me, you can't be normal. All right. Anyway, that's a joke. And so the thing is, she knew what she wanted though. She was more. Women are more. Y'all sophisticated women. Y'all are sophisticated. 10 points for women. All right. You guys, y'all could play games around guys if y'all really wanted to, for real. And the thing is, y'all know how to handle the power God's given you. And the thing is, but she knew it, and she knew how to pull stuff out of me that I ain't know how to pull out myself. That's the plus I give her, for real. And the thing is, we ask these questions up here. What's 100% rule is God. I mean, I always say God. No matter what it is, it's always God. And so I don't think, because I'm tell you, I would not be the honest man I am today without God. I need God. And nothing to do with her love, but it says, I don't think it's appropriate, right, for a woman to propose to a man. What's your take on it? You know what? I'm old school, and so I'll tell you like this. This is what I say. This is what Mike Gilcreast say, because that question is important to me, right? When I met my wife, I said, if she would have asked me to marry her, I would have dogged her. That's 100% statement. Because I think a woman's Mike Gilcreast, I'm not judging nobody, because people are so sensitive. I think when a woman asks a man to marry her, she's desperate. A woman cannot ask a man to marry, because she might as well be the man. Because that's a dominant role to say, I'm asking you to take on, and I got you. Like, I asked my wife to marry me. I don't mind taking care of her until death do us part. See what I'm saying? Even after I'm gone, she's going to be cared for. You see what I'm saying? That's what women, y'all miss that. I don't want no woman taking care of me. That's not a real man don't want a woman to take care of them. You can help a brother alone. He get down this and other, but for the long haul, dudes do not want a woman to take care of them. So I don't think women should ask men to propose to them. I think it takes away from them value. But I'm telling you, I would, if a woman would have asked me, any woman I was with, and I was dogging them anyway, if they'd have asked me to marry, I got you. I would have really dogged them. And the thing is, I would have required so much. All my rules would have changed. I'm telling you. If you read my book, you'll see how of a mess I was. You got to read the book, right? But I'm telling you, I'm just giving it to you point blank. I wasn't in church. I didn't have the conscience I have today. I wasn't connected to God. I wasn't a preacher. I would have literally dogged. You asked me the question. I'm giving that to you as when I was in the world. As in the church, say I was single today in the church. I will never marry a woman to ask me to marry her. All right, so I gave you both answers. All right, so never, ever, ever. And dudes do it. Like some women don't do they do the hyphenated thing and stuff like that. I don't think nothing wrong with it, but I think as the Bible declares, that woman should take on that man's name. And so when you have that dominance, and when a woman keeps her maiden name, she's carrying her father's legacy. And the Bible says, leave your mother and your father. Read Genesis and cleave unto him. Two should become one flesh. That's what the Bible says. And so when women I'm keeping, my last name was Harris, my dad's name Harris, and I'm not dropping that. Then you keep Harris if that's okay with that dude. It wouldn't be okay for me. If you ain't taking on my last name, I am not marrying you, period. Seriously. And so that's important for me. I'm going to stand on that. Tell your friends, come on with your friends. If they want to ask the question, bring it, but I'll prove it to them biblically, how it's supposed to be, and go from there. All right, but I am not down with that. The men need to take their position where the men truly stand up. Seriously, men need to take their position. It's more than guys just asking girls for sex. You need to take your position and take care of these women that's out here. Take care of your household. Men are supposed to be the provider. I'm not saying a woman can't provide, but a woman can provide, but she has to know her place in the relationship. It's God, man, woman, children, and then everybody else. That's the order I know of the Bible. And so I will not have a woman bossing around this, that, and other, and da. But I don't want to boss my wife around. I want to have a relationship with my wife. But if I come home, my wife like, take out the laundry, go to the store, da. I'm like, hold on. I ain't your child, And so women, understand your role and cater to your husband. So you be like, babe, I took care of the kids. They ate, they fed. And if you don't mind, I need you to do this, that, and that. That's how you do it. All right? It's always a better way to do what we do. And then it makes sex so much easier in the relationship of marriage. But when we do the sex before, is sex before marriage important? For the people that's not looking at God and they're not looking at long-term relationships, the question is, yes, it is. It's important. People, you're not going to have a relationship if you don't have sex. So let them go. And I'm telling you time and again, you're going to win if you let them go and stop being in the mindset, you got to have him. I went way over my time. This subject is so good. I could talk about this because I think it's outstanding. Pass this word, because I'm telling you, I was in Dominican Republic. I was in Fort Walton Beach. I mean, we done some travel. I did 6 book signings in the past 8 weeks. This question comes up, and I tell people, I say, the show I'm working on right now, and I was only doing 2 shows. I'll tell everybody this. I was only going to do 2 shows. I'm at 17. I'll be going on 18 because this topic is important. People know. I got more stories to tell you. I want to get started because I keep going. You know, I'm going to stop it right here. Thank you for the questions. Hopefully somebody got something out of this. I know you did. Spread the word because we're going to talk about it. Sex before marriage, important. People need to talk about it. They need to talk about it at church. I can't wait to start going to church groups and talking about these subjects because people want to know. They want to know these answers. I'm the guy. Talk to me because I tell both sides, all right? And so I tell the side when I was a sinner. I tell the side as a saint. And I tell the side from the woman's side because I lived the life. All right. Wow, that's a lot. All right, so any more questions? No more. We good for now. Think that's it. All right, and I always say faith connected to the power words, bring forth the reality of God. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the topics and questions. You know, we're here this week. We're here this week, next week, and I think we leave the 6th of October for the Philippines. During that week, we'll be out, and I'll let you know, but we will not have podcasts because I can't take all this stuff over there. They have weight limits on what I can take, And because of that, I can't take it, and I won't be able to come online. But y'all going to miss me, but, you know, and I'm going to miss you all, but spread the word. And when I get back, we'll come back and talk about it. We could still be on this series. I don't know. But we'll, you know, keep going forward. Appreciate you all. All right, excuse the cold, and I did some coffee and stuff like that. Excuse me, you know, getting better. I'm 20 times better than I was before I got back. You know, I guess, you know, changing our air environments kind of affects that as well. Pray for me, you know, keep me in your prayers and stuff like that. And keep the questions coming, all right? And you guys make this thing happen for us, all right? And so we could go from there. I always say faith connect to the power words, bring forth the reality of God. So, you know, appreciate you. God bless. I'll show you my church because people like to see where we are. Come and check us out. All right, we have our church. We're ready to building right now down here in Oviedo, Florida. And so, you know, that's why I say that even at church, faith connected power words bring forth reality to God. And so I believe that. Take a picture of this, and that's what we're doing. We're down here in Florida enjoying it. The weather's been beautiful. Even today, doing some errands and stuff. Weather's beautiful. But check out, you know, you're in the area, stop by, swing. We're growing this church. And so it's not the same as my church I had up in West Virginia, but we sold that and moved down Florida. It's like starting all over. But we do have $1 million building fund going on and trying to get things, you know, move forward, and we get there, and appreciate each of you as we, you know, journey forth and so forth, so on. All right, so definitely appreciate you all. Let's continue to keep this going. We should be back Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Mark your times, your calendars, and stuff like that, and then we can pick up where we left off and go from there. But yeah, we got a lot to say because I know people want to keep asking these questions. We're growing. And it's important. And I was with the women from the beauty pageant, and I'm able to talk to them, and they keeping themselves because they can't just be a beauty pageant and get pregnant and stuff like that. They have to watch everything they do as well, you know. So that even that's important. All right. Here's my book. Get your copy.
God, you taught me to trust you. You show me how to believe. You're the author and the finisher of what you started me. So I'm not gonna doubt it. I'm gonna hold on to peace. 'Cause if I